Yeah, man! I finally got the new mic, and we're gonna do the predictions for this week's card. Now, last week we actually got every single fight correct. I'm gonna try to do the same this week, starting with the first fight that we're gonna watch: Muin Gafurov versus Jakub Vichlac. So we're gonna start with Muin Gafurov. He is a 29-year-old out of Tajikistan. So in his last fight, he actually beat Rinya Nakamura, who had the worst performance ever. Before that, he beat Kyung Ho Kwang, before losing to Said Nurmagomedov and John Castaneda. Now this guy is actually a decent fighter. He was supposed to fight Movsar Evloev in his UFC debut, but didn't happen. Anyways, he's gonna fight Jakub Vichlac, who I was like the only person on YouTube, I think, to predict having him beat Patchy Mix, and I was right. Obviously, he did look very good early on, and then he kind of gassed out. But I think it was his first fight in the UFC, and I think it was short notice. I'm not sure. I think Patchy Mix or Stiffy Mix was supposed to fight someone else, or maybe not. But yeah, he did win that one, and I think he's a better fighter than Muin Gafurov. The only thing is, if he gasses out, he's gonna lose. So it's kind of like a risky fight, but I think he's like more skilled than Muin Gafurov. But then again, Muin Gafurov did beat Rinya Nakamura, who was extremely good. But I think Jakub Vichlac is better, but I think he's gonna gas out, to be honest. So I'm gonna go with Muin Gafurov to win this fight. By a decision. It's probably going to be a split decision, so either one could win, but I'm going to go with him. For the next fight, we have Javid Basharat against Gianni Vazquez. Now, Gianni Vazquez is another Mexican fighter who just got into the UFC because he's Mexican. I don't think he's actually good at all. And even though Javid Basharat got killed in his last fight, he resurrected and he's back right now. And I think he's still a decent fighter, and he's going to beat the undeserved, like the guy who doesn't deserve to be in the UFC. So we're going to go with Javid Basharat to beat that Mexican fraud. Next fight, we have Nikolai Veretnikov versus Nico Price. Nico Price is like on a 10-fight losing streak, I swear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, but he sucks, man. Like, well, how is he in the UFC? He's fighting this guy Nikolai Veretnikov, who kind of sucks as well, but he sucks less than Nico Price at this point. They're both terrible. I don't think anyone is gonna win. Like, I feel like there's gonna be like a draw or something. If you got ever gonna bet a draw, bet on this fight. But they both suck. Not gonna lie. I don't even know who's going to win. Like, this is such a shitty fight. You might as well go with Nikolai Veretnikov just because he's lost less times than Nico Price. But honestly, stay away from this fight. If I'm going to go with anyone, I'm just going to go with him because he has less fights. So probably less damage in his career. So we're going to go with Nikolai Veretnikov. But this is a shitty ass fight. Next we have Alex Morono versus Daniil Donchenko. Now, Alex Morono looks like he's just done with his career. He's taken way too much damage. He's looked absolutely terrible in his last few fights. He's looked like he just shouldn't be in the UFC. Someone should tell him to quit. Like, he's terrible right now. He's fighting this Ukrainian dude who he won his UFC debut on some random fight night. And he won some exhibition fights, and he beat some nobodies on the local scene. This is such a shitty fight. Like, I don't even want to give a prediction. I don't know much about this guy, but he did win his UFC debut, and Alex Morono is shit. So we're gonna go with Donchenko to just win this fight, probably by finish, because Alex Morono could be finished by anything right now. Now, Dustin Jacoby versus Julius Walker. Julius Walker is an absolute tragedy of a fighter. He's so bad. Even in his win, he was so fucking terrible. This guy should never be in the UFC. He's like one of the worst fighters I've ever seen. I swear, like, this guy is such a shitty ass fighter. And Dustin Jacoby is actually, he's very, very good. Like I know he's 21-9, but he's been robbed a few times, and honestly, like people don't know how good of a kickboxer this guy really is. Like he used to fight like Alex Pereira and them guys back in the day in Glory. He's very very good. He's on a 2-fight winning streak against Bruno Lopez, Vito Petrino. I think like a few of these decisions as well. He won like against Khalil Roundtree. He won that fight in my opinion. He was on this huge winning streak. You know, he's been fighting. Yes, see, he fought Alex Pereira back in the day. He fought David Brandt. Like he's fought a bunch of great guys. He's very very good, and I think he's going to keep winning. I'm definitely going with Dustin Jacoby to win against Julius the Shitty Walker. He's not in the Walker family like Volter and Johnny. Now John Matsumoto versus Farid Basharat. Again, this is actually a decent fight. John Matsumoto is like he's a boring point fighter, and so is Farid Basharat. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to win a boring decision. I can guarantee you one thing, and that is this fight is going to a decision. I'm probably going to go with Farid Basharat to win a split decision, or 29-28 because of a few takedowns at the end. So, by the way, if you can tell that I have no enthusiasm for this, it's because this fight card is absolutely terrible. But again, we have Michael Olachechuk versus Marc-Andre Barriault. Again, a shitty fight. Who gives a fuck about this fight, honestly? Michael Olachechuk, however you say his name, is a better fighter right now, and he's had kind of like a renaissance lately, him and his brother, after moving to the Fighting Nerds. So I'm gonna go with him to beat the old man, Marc-Andre Barriault. We're gonna go with Michal Olachechuk to win this one, Polish guy. Him and his brother have been on fire lately. Now then you have Jailton Almeida versus Rizvan Kuniev. Now Rizvan Kuniev got popped for PEDs, I think. I'm pretty sure he did. And then he actually lost a split decision to Curtis Blades, which wasn't really a split decision, I think. And he's a PED sheet, so fuck this guy. He's going to lose to Jailton Almeida, who's probably just going to ragdoll him for the whole fight. And going to win this fight, even though this guy is such a boring-ass fighter as well, but he's probably going to win. So Jailton Almeida to win by like lay and praying. Amir Albazi versus Kyoji Horiguchi. Now Amir Albazi is a decent fighter, but I'm pretty sure he had like a back injury, like a pretty big back injury. I don't know if that was before or after the Brandon Moreno fight, but I know it was like a huge thing, and he was gone for a long time. So that's gonna affect him a lot. I think Kyoji Horiguchi is extremely good, and I think he's better than Amir Albazi. He destroyed Tagir Ulanbekov in his return to the UFC. He's on a very long unbeaten streak as well. He's beat a lot of top guys. I mean, look at some of the guys he's beat. He just beat Tagir Ulanbekov. He's beat Sergio Pettis recently as well. Like this was last year, which is very impressive. He has beat Kaya Sakura. He fought Tenshin Nasukawa. This guy fought Demetrius Johnson back like 10 years ago, and he lost a split decision, like an armbar in the last second. Like he's very very good. I think he's gonna win this one as well. Kyoji Horiguchi. Mario Bautista versus Vinicius Oliveira. I just read a thing that Vinicius Oliveira cuts like 23 kilos or something, which is like 50 pounds. So he's a cheater. He's very good, but I think Mario Bautista is better. So we're going to go with Mario Bautista to win by a decision in this one. So leave a like for this comment, leave a like for the new mic, leave a like for this shitty ass card, and subscribe to the channel.